have some Q&A to do. I hope you do, cause it's Q&A time again. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great, and if not, as always, hope it gets better for you. So welcome to another Friday Night Live Q&A, where we are here to help you guys out with your aquarium keeping needs, whether it be fish, shrimp, and or plants. And yeah, so we can just hang out, enjoy this awesome community. And I got my buddy Nate over here. He is the new owner of this fish room, as some of you guys may have seen the videos. So we can talk about that too. But as always, we are here on this live stream to help you guys out too. So we're definitely keeping that in mind. And hello, everybody in here. Great to see y'all. Let me go ahead and get into live chat, since Candy's not here to remind me right now. Chris Traps wants to know where you're from, Nathan.
I'm from all over. I grew up in Utah, Wyoming, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. And been a whole bunch of other places since.
Awesome. So he actually came here from
Idaho.
Idaho. So how long was that? That was like 24-hour drive?
29, 30 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so quite a trip. He come from a long way to take over this place. Oh, Greg, good to see you in here as always, buddy. Says, good day, mate. What are you drinking tonight? I am on the agua, drinking that water. Austin Smith says, LRB Aquatica, hey, so is the new guy going to be operating your site or selling from a venue of his own? So he will have his own venue. I'm going to keep my website. I'm going to keep my channel. He'll have his own channel, his own website. So it's like kind of cloning off a little bit. So you get double the pleasure of your aquatic needs. So Nathan will be able to take care of you. I'll be able to take care of you guys. We'll each have our own thing going, and he'll be under Aquatic Peace, which you got a website about ready to rock and roll, don't you?
Yep, should be up tomorrow and have inventory after about probably Wednesday morning after you get your last stuff done.
Nice, so you're ready to run and gun then.
Yep, that's the idea.
Nice, he is on it. He is on it. So, Pepperland Creek Aquatics, always good to see you. Says, what's his channel name?
So it's Aquatic Peace, and the website will be aquaticpeace.com.
Awesome. And glad to hear that you're already on that. Because I was hoping not to have a hiccup with you guys. That way I know I can't supply you guys. I wanted at least somebody to be able to, because I know many of you guys have been so awesome at the support for years. Years and years. And Lars K, my bro, thank you so much for that huge $20 super chat. You are the man, Lars. I really appreciate you. And for the continued support all the time, you are the man. And hope your Friday is going good, brother. Hello, Lego Lucas and Lego Nathan. I was worried about that. So I'm not on my internet. And I have a LTE extender that I used to run in here. So I used to actually just run it off of our LTE. I'll try to keep my hands from waving so much, because if I hold still, I'll know that it won't Lego as much. But thank you for mentioning that. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. Let's see. So sorry if I'm missing anybody's questions too. How did you hear about Lucas's house for sale? Just a real estate listing, or did you follow the channel?
I was following the channel, so I saw the video. Took me about a week to actually decide to go for it, and then here we are.
Awesome. Yeah, he pretty much, whenever he emailed me, he was like, I'm your man. That's pretty much all he said was, I'm your man. It was short and sweet. I was like, this sounds like my kind of guy. Where they keep it short and sweet. They don't need a lot of extra. Like, they know what they want. Like, it really takes the right attitude, and he definitely has it. We were actually outside yesterday rocking out the ponds, and he rocked it out big time out there. And we kicked butt, and it looks absolutely phenomenal back there. Got the bridge set up, got the drain thing done, and like pretty much the only thing left to do is top off the walls, and it's pretty sweet. We do got to try to seal off this one part of the pond so we can get the waterfalls going and stuff, but that's a whole nother mission. All right, Patty's Petite Tank says, I would imagine that Nathan's into fish, right? I don't know, are you?
No. Yeah, I think so.
That's a good imagination there, Patty. Good imagination. Hope you're doing well as well, too, Patty. But yeah, he's definitely got to be into fish. You said you've been keeping fish for how long? 25 years or so?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, since I was 12, so 28 years.
Oh, wow. So since he was 12, he's been keeping. So he's been keeping for quite some time.
Obviously not to this scale, but I have been keeping fish.
Yeah, you learn a lot more at this scale.
Yeah.
Like when you got to do hundreds at a time, because you got to look at it more as a whole than individualizing each tank. And that's where a lot of us will run into problems, is when we individualize each tank. Like, matter of fact, there was something going on with one of these rainbows in here. He's kind of swimming funny. And it looked like something that usually happens like when they hit their heads on something, but there's nothing in there that's really hard enough that he would hit his head on. But you could tell, like, the way he was swimming is something either neurological or something within his spine. And this just happens with fish sometime. And like people who are just keeping a couple of aquariums, like that's the first time they see something like that, they think their whole tank's about to be messed up. And well, they'll go through every medication trying to fight it, then they'll kill their bacteria, then the whole tank will crash, and instead of one fish naturally going, a whole bunch of other fish go with it because we just freak out. And that's actually that's the number one thing that I try to teach people when I go to these clubs and give a talk, is to not freak out when you start seeing something happen to your fish. And come to communities like this, whether it be on a forum, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I shouldn't have said that name on this channel, but I don't think YT and FB like each other. When are you moving? Asked Chris Trapp. I will be moving hopefully by the 1st of April at the latest. So I've been setting up in a hotel playing Plants and Zombie with Wesley, and that has been absolutely awesome. We go raid the shop. They got a little shop down there, and go hit up the gym every now and then. And then Michelle Scott says, how long has he been into fish? We covered that one. Keeping and breeding. So what about things that you have been breeding?
Most of my breeding's been live bearers,
Okay.
guppies, and I think I tried swordtails one time, so pretty easy stuff, but that's been mostly what I've done so far.
Alright, awesome. Let me give OnlyFins here a wrenchy poo, since he said he would share the channel, so you are now a mod. There, OnlyFins, congratulations. Since I don't have many mods anymore, throughout the years, it's been forever since I've had to mod people. Let's see, Richard Reynolds says, has he been in the hobby long? Okay, just answered that one. Running. Carol Braswell said, did Nathan have an aquatic business in Idaho?
No, I did not. I was a civil and structural engineer, actually.
Nice. Arca says, Lucas, how is your place in Florida going? So it's gone pretty good. Trying to figure out the financing and stuff, get it all settled up. We really only have a survey to do. And just kind of going through the motions. And thank you all who subbed to Nathan's channel as well from the last video. Huge response. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It was great to see.
And yes, I know my channel's hard to find. It's probably because there aren't any videos yet, but that will be changing here very shortly.
Let's see. Kurt Brudding says, Nate, what are your favorite types of fish, plants, and inverts?
Oh, that's hard. For fish, probably live bearers, especially guppies. I also really like tetras. Plants, I like, I don't know. I'm with Lucas on stuff like pearlweed and stuff like that. I really like that. Invertebrates, probably shrimp, though I also tend to like snails as well. So
I'm gonna grab my water real quick.
all sorts of things that I like.
So you sound like you like pretty much a lot of what's in here then.
Yep, pretty much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see, Michigan Tropicals, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Send in love from our family to yours. We'll back at you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope the fish store's doing well over there. And thank you so much. And thank you to Mad Cat, throwing out the black cat with the super chat. Appreciate you, Mad Cat. And Brookley, thank you so much for subscribing. Michelle Scott says, how do you get rid of red worms? I've tried a few things, but nothing is completely killing them off. Any suggestions would be helpful. So if that's calamanus worms that you're talking about, I hear that levomisol, I believe, is what you want to use. There is a few videos out there on how to do it. I personally do not have one because I haven't really had to deal with them. I've been very, very lucky when it comes to that. And that's why I try to like really focus on what a fish should look like as far as like if they have protruded guts. I know sometimes you just can't tell, but sometimes you can if you look into the colony of fish that your fish come from. I mean, when you're ordering online, you can't always, but if anybody in the chat has any help for cures for red worms, please throw it out there, and I'll try to keep an eye for that too. Sorry if I'm missing anybody's questions, but I'm trying to scroll along here. Not as easy as it seems, huh?
Nope.
Gotta look at like 3 here at a time. Says Pepplin Creek Aquatics says, does he plan on streaming videos on his channel? Like what kind of content? People are probably curious what kind of content you plan on.
I'll probably mostly do edited videos. But probably in the future, once I get a little more comfortable around here, probably do some live streams so people can ask questions about what's going on around here.
That'd be nice.
So
I mean, I know it takes a while to like get the internet right. Like, I don't know. Hopefully we're not still Lego Lucas right now.
yeah.
But I know sometimes just working out those kinks can be problemsome. But you know, I have a lot of fun with live streams. The only problem is YouTube doesn't like live streams as much as far as the algorithm. But it definitely doesn't help because there's so many people out here that will just watch you for that kind of stuff. That's actually kind of how I built this channel. Doing those late night live streams. Let's see, Peplin. Oh, I already read that one. Liquid Zoo OnlyFans says, what type of work has Nathan done? Is he planning to make the fish room a full-time job?
So I was doing engineering, as we mentioned earlier, and yes, this will be my full-time job.
Nice. So this is kind of like your retirement thing, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats, bro. That's huge. I mean, I know that feeling. I was once there. Like, so that is very awesome. Because actually what got me into all this was trying to figure out what, I was just talking to Nathan about this, but just trying to figure out what I would do if I wanted to retire. Like, what would I spend my time doing? Like, all right, I went through the gauntlet of working forever and did this, that, and the other. Like, what would I actually do if I was retired and I had nothing else to do, but then I wanted to make money? And I mean, the aquarium's just like, if you got to make money, because at the time, Wesley, I had to figure out what to do with him because it was either throw him in daycare or work full time. And so I had to figure that out. And aquariums, that's how you really find your passions, is just trying to put that perspective in there. It goes a long way. So I'm going to encourage anybody to try to figure that out for themselves. And like, your quality of life should help. Go better. But all right, Kimber Smith says, what will be your focus on your new channel? Will it be maintaining the existing fish room, or do you plan on making changes to make it your own?
Some of both. I mean, Lucas has a lot of great stuff here I'll be maintaining, but I also have my own projects I'm looking forward to looking into and getting going on.
Nice. And I'll be excited to see all that kind of stuff too. So I'm definitely subscribed. Liquid Zoo, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate you, OnlyFans. Alright, and these are all great questions. Hook and Line Fishing says, what is your level of experience with keep fish like this?
I've kept a lot of community tanks, like we mentioned, done some breeding with live bears, but it'll be an adventure doing it on this scale.
Yeah, a lot of it's into the process too, and it's really not that much harder Really, it's just going through and maybe doing some water changes take you a little more time than doing a couple fish tanks. But besides that, that's it.
I'll have a lot more time now, though. I don't have to work full time.
Right, right. You could do this in less than 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Which I gotta show you that paper I got over there too, where I had like the energy levels set up for like all the trying to get it all timed down for like the days to do it. In case you wanna, it might help you. Liquid Zoo OnlyFans says, will you be teaching them how to make fish music? Yeah, I don't know. We'll start up a band here. That would be awesome. What should we call ourselves? Oh man, we still need a fish band. I do need to get back into that though. Like chasing dwarf neon rainbows. I gotta come out with that one. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. All in fun and games and time here. Will this be a full-time gig for you, or do you still have 9 to 5? Just curious.
Yep, full-time gig.
QC Aquaholics, have you ever tried Tetra tropical granules to see why your fish like it so much? Well, yeah, I try it every day. I think the big reason why they go after it so much is because it's red and it's full of protein. Like fish will just go after the color red. Haley Oddball Aquatics did a little test where she had all the colors on a stick, stuck it in a tank, and the fish would only attack the red. And it didn't matter if she had the red on the top or the bottom or in the middle. They'd always go to the red.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Aquatic Jack, are you going to import fish? Oh, God.
No.
Thank God.
No.
Don't do that to this.
No.
That's a good way to
I'm planning on sticking with breeding fish here.
That's good to hear.
I don't want to deal with that.
Now, do you plan on going to like the clubs and the swaps and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Or some of the conventions? Those are awesome.
Yeah.
If I were to go get, well, when I do go get fish, that's where I go get my fish. And, I mean, you won't have to deal with all the stuff and crud that you get from imports. Like, you could easily wreck this fish room trying to do imports in here.
Yeah.
Like, things are balanced. Went and got a bag of pool filter sand today, and it went up $10. Crazy. That is crazy. Jeez. Like, all of a sudden. Anyway, Danny Ken Aquatics, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Danny and Ken, thank you, thank you. Says, is this your last live stream from the house, Lucas? So, I was thinking about doing them until I leave. Is that okay? Yeah.
I'm planning on Lucas doing them here until he's gone.
Yeah, so I at least give you guys some like fish in the background so you guys can see them swimming around. Like if I'm trying to do a live stream in the hotel, that get pretty boring pretty quick. All right, unless I stuck Wesley behind me or something. have like Wesley in the background. Oh, he'd keep us occupied. But thank you for the question, and thank you so much for the support, Danny and Ken. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Couldn't thank you guys enough. And thank you for your guys' order last night too. Thank you. And yeah, I'm excited for the new place and starting it all new, and I will continue to have this channel going. We'll continue our Friday night lives. And when I do move down to Florida, we may just do it outside near a pond, because I should be relying on my phone a lot there, which they do have 5G, so I should have some decent internet to where it's not Lego, Lucas. I'm praying. Oh, QC Aquaholic says, no, have you yourself tried them? No, I haven't tried them. I did try one in my eye one time. I don't recommend that. Went to feed a fish tank on the top row, and it just plopped right in the corner of my eye. Oh, that was like the worst thing ever. That's the closest I ever come to eating one of those things. Oh, it was horrible. That burnt. I was stuck underneath a sink for like half hour trying to wash it out. Let's see. Sally Ball's brother. What's up, bro? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, wish you both luck. Well, thank you. Sally Ball's brother. I could not thank you enough. I appreciate that. And definitely very helpful right now with everything going on. I'm hoping our loan goes well so we can have money to work with. It not like we could probably do it like straight off, but I'm gonna have to nickel and dime some tanks out. Von Haas says, "Does Nathan have a website yet?" He said, "What was it? To
Not
Wednesday,
yet.
next Wednesday."
Yeah, next Wednesday it'll be up and fully going. It may go up a few days before that. Just won't have any inventory up.
And what I'll probably do is I'll go ahead, since I've got to kind of close mine down for like a month or maybe two. We'll see how things go. Hopefully it doesn't take me that long, because I mean I do got bills to pay and I do got things I want to build. I will put a link to his website, so if you do go to my website, you guys can go over to his, and it's kind of like you're not missing anything. And I mean, I'm not worried about sharing business at all with him, because there is a lot of demand in this hobby. And I've said it once, I'll say it again, we could use as many breeders out there as possible, especially niche breeders like killifish breeders, rainbow fish breeders, all kinds of breeders. So the more the merrier. And Chris Trapp, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. It says, "Cheers to the handing of the torch." Cheers to you, brother. Thank you for all your support throughout the years too. And it is awesome. I'm so excited to see it all go through. J4 Flower Horns, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat as well. Great to see you in here, especially throwing down super chats. That is awesome. Thank you. And scrolling. This guy can't believe Lady LRB's on board with this. More power to you. Well, see, that's another great thing too, is Lady LRB. Well, I don't want to talk about it actually too much anymore. I actually, we'll save that for the future. So if you want to hear what happens with all that, you'll have to subscribe. I usually don't put you guys in positions like that, but I got to on this one. S says, "What's his favorite fish?" The favorite fish question.
I'll say right now, probably a blue Moscow guppy. We'll go with that.
A blue Moscow guppy. Interesting choice.
I think I'll go with that for right now. But it's probably going to change, especially if you ask me tomorrow.
So are you like more of a blue-green kind of fish, or like a red kind of fish color, or you have like a preference in colors of fish?
I tend to like the solid blue fish.
Solid blue fish? Did you see those guppies in the utility room?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, so those, which means I also really like, the ones that have the Tetras with really bright colors, the cardinals, neons, all that group, the green neons, all of those. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm surprised you could even pick a favorite fish.
Well, it's hard, but that's kind of the current one. I could give you a different answer tomorrow.
Right. I hear you. That is the favorite fish of the day.
Yep, exactly.
Matt Cat asks, "How's the pond construction?"
It's going good.
It's going good. Can't wait to share it with you guys. Like, I've got some footage of it. He'll probably be sharing it before I do. We'll see how that goes, but
I'll have the finished product. Lucas will have how he did everything before I got here.
Which I got like 2 years worth to edit of all that. Probably take me another 2 years. Oh, Big D's Aquatics, my brother. Thank you. Man, always with a huge super chat and support. $50 super chat. Brother, thank you. So, "Sup, brother, can't wait to see you set up in Florida." Well, I can't wait. Should be awesome. And you're definitely helping. That just bought me a 40-gallon. So, thank you, brother. I hope I can get down there. I've been trying to hopefully get down there before the Petco sale ends. So if you guys don't know, the Petco sale's going on. Now is the time to buy those tanks. At least around where I am. Ball python. 9 says, any advice for shipping Neos in the summer? Do you use a cold pack? So I don't use a cold pack. Just make sure that your people do not keep them outside to get real hot, and make sure you don't keep them outside to get real hot, and they should be fine. Summer is the easiest shipping. I love summer shipping. And if it's like 100 degrees out across the states, like, just cut off shipping. It's not worth it. Which isn't very often. It may be like a week or two during the summer. Flacco's Garden says, is he going to grow his hair out? Oh, good question.
Not planning on it, but I won't say never. You never know
Wouldn't
what's
that
going to
be
happen.
something? That would be wild. Like the wizardry just takes over. You just start growing the beard and the hair. Can't help but get taken by the magic. That's too funny. 402 Aquatics says, what's the highest amount of tanks you've had at one time before this?
Highest number. I think it was 4 tanks and a container. Was the highest I'd ever had at one time.
That's a real jump.
It is a real jump.
That's a real jump. That's legit. That is a legit jump. So you ain't scared.
No,
See,
you got it set up. You got it set up so well. I'm not scared at all.
See, this guy's got the right attitude. He is fearless. I love it. I love it. No, and I just from talking to the guy, like, I can tell he can handle it. Like, I'm super excited to see it all, especially with his engineer background, and just see what he wants to change too. And this is gonna be exciting.
Very.
Let's see. Scroll. Lucas, shave your head. Hey, one day I won't even have to shave my head. It'll end up just not being there. I'm hanging on loosely, but I ain't letting go. Kyle Knudsen says, yeah, are you going to grow your... Oh, he said it too. Does he have any blue Moscow to sell? I'd like to be his first buyer. Ask OnlyFans.
Not yet, but they'll probably be coming.
Big D, thank you again for the awesome super chat. I'll shout you out again as I scroll past. That's how far we are in the chat. Danikin Aquatics, thank you again for the awesome super chat. Throwing out the $5. Thank you, brother. Says, does he really know what blue dreams are about? He's got all the blue dreams in his tanks, that's for sure. Stephen Smith says, do you breed any endlers? So I breed endlers. I'm guessing if you do guppies, I mean, that's kind of hand in hand, right?
Yeah, that's hand in hand now. Yeah, definitely. We'll have endlers.
Hook and line fishing. What fish are you taking with you to Florida? So we were actually going through this before I got on here. So we'll be taking the mascara barbs for sure. Pretty much everything in my bedroom tank upstairs. So that's the Pandagars, the rope fish. Really, that's the main ones I want out of there. You can have the rainbows. Which the rainbows are, I think, Pictorootus.
And your...
Betta. Yeah, I want my betta. And then the main rainbow fish tank. I've got some Congo Tetra breeders. And then some other like dwarf neons, some rainbow fish, some shellies. A lot of the stuff that I have multiples of that he can either have a breeding pair of, because I do back up a lot of mine and make sure that I have multiple breeding pairs and stuff. So pretty much what I want to take from like the rope fish and everything else, we can split up on that. And I've got these fish, these tetras, like Molokai or Tetras or something like that. Danikin, big shout out to Danikin Aquatics. He actually got those for me. I've been trying to breed them for quite some time. I got some babies off of them, but I didn't have very good luck or really the setup and time to really raise the babies up right. But I do want to try that again. So those will be going. Some CBDs will be going. Some Lucipennis, the Synodontis lucipennis. Like, I'm probably going to keep you with most of guppies and endlers. I'll take, like, my random rare mix, like, quite a few out of there that I want to play with and try to create new lines with. Besides that, I'll probably just start on fresh strains of guppies and endlers. If I get big into them, that all depends on what I plan on breeding down there. Joey Farmer says, where are you planning on moving to in Florida, if you don't mind saying so? We really wanted to go down to South Florida just for the weather, but there was a lot better price and space in the armpit of Florida that we plan on going to. And you guys will see when it happens why we did it. Like, granted that we'll have to deal with a little more winter where we're at, and it'll still freeze. That doesn't really bother me because I was going to set up all your winter round stuff up here. Plus, I think you guys can relate to it more, and it'll be easier for me to ship too. Even though South Florida sounded real nice, like only an hour from the beach, yes please, but we figured we could do that in like 10 years or something. There's always another decade, hopefully. God willing. What do you feed your Tetra fry? So, I mean, they were just kind of living off the microorganisms in the aquarium. And I was just kind of dusting some food in there, the Tetra colored tropical granules for the microorganisms to eat off of. So I don't know. It just, there wasn't enough in there. Might not even be that. It's a softer water tank, so there's not a whole lot of microorganisms in there either. As far as stuff that they would eat, like paramecium and stuff. Because there were bigger fish in there. Do you crossbreed any endlers? I do. Do you? Have you ever?
I haven't ever tried crossbreeding endlers, but it might be interesting to see what some of the results would be.
So I created a real popular line back in the day. It's crazy to say back in the day. Rainbow Tiger Endlers. Probably because I don't really have them much anymore. Because I kept playing with them and I was trying to get version 2.0. Which I got a really cool version 2.0 of them. But I could never get it to stabilize to where it was just throwing too many wilds. But it looked absolutely amazing. If I could have got that to really straighten out, it would have been cool. But I do got now the Rainbow Tiger Endlers mixed with Albino Galaxy Guppies upstairs, which are like these long fin Rainbow Tiger Endlers, like guppy kind of Rainbow Tiger Endlers. They're wild. Scroll. What's most exciting about the move? Both answer, please.
Obviously, this fish room, or fish house, I should say, not fish room, fish house. That's obviously the most exciting thing for me.
And I just love how these barbs are just like sticking right in the middle of us. Like, feed me, like they know they're right there. Those fish are smart. As far as the most exciting part about the move for me is the new place that we're going to be able to get, and just the ability to build more and more and more. Because I love to build. Like, I love that as much as fish. Like, just to be able to construct and create and build things. Let's see. Chris Trapp, are you going to keep your red shrimp, Lucas? I am going to keep my red shrimp. Matter of fact, I got a red line that I've been working on. That I've kind of been hoarding for myself. That hasn't been touched in years. Let's see. Andy 70 VW Bus says, I have spent time in many parts of Florida. In my honest opinion, the armpit, especially around Panama City, is the best. Well, that's awesome to hear. I mean, they got all that clear spring blue water up there. Like, oh my God. Yes, please. And the woods, like, it's very natural up there. Lakewood Zoo OnlyFans says, did you hear that? In 10 years at LRV Aquatics, Aquarium Hoarder will be selling his next fish house. It's true, probably. Very good, very good.
Start saving now.
It's too funny. Let's see. Fishbrella Corporation, absolutely love that name, says, are you selling your YouTube channel along with the house? So no, definitely not. Definitely not. We'll keep the YouTube channel. And I like hanging out with you guys. Like, I'm not just gonna like, oh, bye guys. No, I couldn't do that to you guys. No way. No freaking way. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So I could never do that. Gets me verklempt thinking about it. S says, has Nathan previously purchased from LRB before? That's a good question.
I actually haven't.
Oh, interesting.
I was getting ready to, but then I got the house instead of building my
you're
own
like,
fish room.
Forget the order, I'll buy the whole dang thing. That's kind of crazy. Oh my god. I'll take it all. Oh, that is too good. That is awesome. All right, let's see. Scroll. I have a female guppy that has a big belly. Is she carrying eggs or maybe sick? I bought her that way. Didn't realize till I got her home. So they can get really big. Biggest way to tell if they're pregnant or about to be pregnant is look for the gravid spot in the back of them. So if they're not, it'll be round, but if they are, I believe it's square. And that'll kind of tell you if it's just from pregnancy or a problem. And if it's going to be like an internal parasite or something, usually you can see that in like where it's just way uncomfortable. Like it doesn't even look natural. Like I know they'll get big sometimes from breeding to where it does almost look unnatural. But just look out for worms coming out of her butt and stuff like that. And maybe keep her quarantined. And that would be best too, especially if you just got her, because if you just go ahead and quarantine her, she'll have a safer place for her babies and a less stressful place for her babies. And or if it is the latter, you have option and better chance of not hurting any of your other fish and being able to take care of it properly. Brian Gilman says, what is that over your left shoulder? Looks like a Mario character. The mascara barbs? Or those, one of those cherry red barbs. Those are awesome. Stephen Smith says, if you're going to have ponds outside in Florida, are you worried about hurricanes destroying your outdoor ponds? Not really, because there's all kinds of stuff you can structurally engineer, windbreaks with trees and other stuff that shouldn't be a problem. And I plan on doing like concrete vats, but I want to have viewing panels. A lot of people down there, they'll do the big concrete vats to where you can't even operate around them, where they're like almost too big. I want to make them manageable, and I also want viewing panels in them. And I was talking to him about making one like 20, 30 foot long, just like big river stream kind of viewing panel. And then plus we've got already 5 natural like spring fed ponds on the property. Then we'll dig some in the ground. It's going to be ponds galore, ponds and tanks galore. We got 30 acres to play with, so that should be awesome. I might have to get a tractor though. It'll be like farm living. It's the life for me. Wayne's Aquatics says, do you have any plans on breeding Florida flagfish when you get reestablished? You know, even since it is the native fish and they are around there, I really do want to do that. I absolutely love the Florida flagfish. One of my favorite fish. They are kind of grumpy looking, but they're very colorful. They are full of personality, and they eat algae like crazy. I love the Florida flagfish. So that more than likely will go into the breeding bucket list. Alice B says, what's Nathan's least favorite fish? What's that one fish that just got under your skin or you just don't like?
Trying to think. There's a lot of good fish. I don't know if there's that many bad fish out there. That's harder than my favorite fish.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I've only got one because he just left a sour taste in my mouth. It's a Chinese algae eater. I stuck him in a 180-gallon boat front. He'd try to eat the other fish, and he was impossible to catch. And he was the least favorite I ever kept.
Yeah.
Does Nathan have plans to move to the armpit of Florida after about 10 years?
No.
Natural
Unlike Lucas,
right?
I like winter.
That's too funny. You guys are awesome. So, as far as like wintertime. That's like the main reason why I'm leaving. Old man winter can kiss it. Joe Estes says, "Hey Nathan, what fish are you most excited to breed?"
All of them, but I'm probably looking forward to experimenting with Tetras just because that's something I haven't done yet and it's always something I wanted to do. So right now that's probably the most thing I'm looking forward to breeding.
Well, good thing you got that RO system then. 'Cause
Yep,
this
exactly.
Indiana water ain't for Tetra breed.
No, it's not.
But that does help. But that actually is what really drove me, like, was trying to breed Tetras too. So that's really cool that that's your interest. Like that was my same kind of progression that I was on. Very interesting. Scroll. Trying to power read here. Is Nathan going to do any saltwater tanks? We talked about that too.
I'll probably do a saltwater at some point, yes.
I might end up getting salty too. Being down in Florida, it might be hard not to, because those fire red shrimp that they have in the saltwater hobby, I've always wanted. Hook, line, and fishing. Any chance you will sell me a few of them mascara barbs before you move? I'm sorry, I could not, because just shipping them would just worry me too much, because they're at like an older age. Like when they're young, they ship a lot easier, but when they're old, they get little heart attacks and they freak out and it causes problems. And yeah, sorry, I can't. TM class says, I had an adult pair of super red bristlenose. How fast could one kill the other and completely make it disappear? The male just disappeared one day. Interesting. I don't know. Like, they got big mouths. They really can't eat. Where did my water go? Oh, man. I lost my water. How did I do that? Anyways. Well, I don't know. I mean, they have big mouths, so they could probably do it. Maybe overnight, like while you're sleeping. I can imagine they could eat that whole thing if they're hungry enough. You need a straw hat, too. That's not a bad idea. Be doing that farm living. Florida pygmy sunfish. Those are cool. Patrick Hardy says, ask Nathan, will he be showing off your rare type endlers and listed them up for sale? A library's lover asking for a friend.
Yes, I will be continuing to breed and sell Lucas's endlers.
Because there's actually is a lot of them in here that
Yeah.
have not even listed or.
Yes, and I'll be exploring the fisher and seeing what things he's hidden and.
Yeah, we gotta go through and like label them all for him. I think we'll do that with like sticky notes and just as you learn them, you just be like, all right.
Now I can take that one down.
Right. Some of them, like, they don't really even have names because they really probably don't exist besides in here. Because even some of them I've created, like, strained out and created, but just never actually let them loose. So I don't know why. I'm silly sometimes. MadCat61207 says, Nathan, how do you feel about the tubs outside?
I think tubs outside are great. I'll definitely be doing some. Of course, now I have ponds to play with too, so I'll have tubs and ponds.
And we actually took out the tubs that I had back there. The son was getting to those Sterilite tubs. They've been out there for like 5 years. So he'll be engineering and building his own stuff.
Yep, I'll be doing my own stuff. So stay tuned to YouTube.
And if you guys haven't figured out or heard us earlier, Aquatic Peace is his channel where he will start doing videos. So hopefully sooner than later. I think he had a plan that he was working on.
Yep.
Shouldn't be long, so patience. Tyler Brown says, can you build me concrete beds too? I can hopefully show you how to build some after I build some and practice on a few. Let's see, scroll. Chris Palmer, what's one of the better foods for corridors besides live foods or tube effects worms? Also tip for feeding them in a tank with bristleness. So obviously you just got to have stuff that falls down to the bottom. I'm going to have to go with my Tetra colored tropical granules because you can spread them across the whole tank. Drops protein down. They're kind of like sinking in. They don't really float much. They kind of float a little bit, but then sinks slowly. They actually got a really good sink to float time ratio. That is kind of impressive. And I use that with my corridors. They love them. Anytime that you can introduce like blackworms and maybe get a substrate of them going into a tank, I know it's a lot of pre-planning, but anytime that you can already have blackworms within the substrate to where they've already colonized and have places to go, that just becomes a natural feeding source for them. Green beans could possibly be good too. The bristlenose absolutely love as well. That way they can get their veggies with their proteins. Have you seen the latest JAKA, all of the native killies of Florida? Some amazing killies. I have not seen that, but I would love to see that. Let's see. Michael Burton says the reptile industry has moved away from wild-caught animals. Do you think the fish industry will ever start moving that direction? I mean, in some places and many sections, yes, because there's just not as much people traveling and kind of doing that sort of thing, or it's becoming harder to do. But then again, there's places like that have the cardinal tetras that Project Piaba helps run. It actually provides a lot of natives and people a way to live in a more sustainable fashion that it is very helpful for everybody within that ecosystem, whether it be the people, the business, and the fish. So, for the most part, a lot of banning has already happened, especially with like Brazil and stuff, where it will just be kind of like those collectors. I hope that the collectors can still go out to the wild and bring us new stuff, because there is still a lot of fish out there that should be conserved. Reasons we may not even know yet. Andy 70VW Bus says, if you have time, you have to take up scuba diving. There are several man-made reefs down there that are awesome. That would be cool. It would be cool. Definitely at the new house, I'm more likely going to get a snorkel and a mask at least to start me off there, because I mean the waters are crystal clear. I'm gonna be living in our little rec pond. I can't wait to show you guys. Bo Coronado says, does Nathan have prior experience with filterless tanks you run? Ooh, and I love that question.
I don't specifically have any experience running them, but I have looked into them quite a bit. My ultimate tank would be a tank that you don't have to do anything with, where you don't have any inputs and don't have to take anything out. It's probably a bit unrealistic, at least for most fish sizes, but that's kind of what I would like to work toward, would have always wanted to work toward. And Lucas has come pretty close to that.
Well, guppies are the ultimate for that. Like, that's actually how I learned that you could get away with it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever seen my video on the symbiotic relationship between guppies and planet aquariums.
I don't think I saw that one yet, but I'm planning on looking through all of Lucas's videos eventually, because there's a whole bunch of wisdom there.
Yeah, you should check out that video, because that really breaks down like the whole symbiotic relationship, as far as the guppies are always swimming around, they're moving water around, they can breathe off the surface of the air, they exchange CO2 for the plants, they clean the plants' leaves all the time, and feed them with their poo and stuff like that. And the symbiotic relationship between guppies and plants are just, it's so awesome. Chance Larson says, awesome stream in every sense of the word. Well, thank you so much, Chance, for the $2 super chat, for those kind words. Really appreciate you, Chance. And Let's see, scroll. Question, is it normal for it to smell ammonia after planing and gravel? Did test all levels good for rainbow fish? Now, is it ammonia or is it just like a decaying plant material? Because, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how good your nose is. I'm not going to assume anything. But if it is the actual smell of ammonia, that's definitely not normal. Definitely not normal. Now you may be smelling some sulfites that maybe popped from air, kind of like methane buildup that happens in the ponds, which won't hurt your fish. Some people say it will, but it won't. I've had big tanks full of just yard dirt, and I'd have that stuff pop up and smell. And I never killed anything, and that was with discus and all kinds of stuff. Scrolling. Chris Trapp says, verily, was it the smell of dechlorinator? Also, otherwise you can do 10 to 20% water change. Water changes never hurt. Small water changes. Any luck on a water change woman front? That's funny. Yes, he's married already. They tied the knot. She signed on the dotted line. Garrett Booth, thank you so much for the $5 super chat and the support. It says, my guppy tanks are getting up there in age. Given the generations I've seen, gotta have deaths by now. Corpse missing, lots of snails. This is normal. It is normal. You'll go through those kind of phases where, like, you'll have like a die off here and there. Like the age happens to fish, and also just like heart attacks, strokes, things like that happen to fish as well. Like it's not always some viral disease trying to kill all your fish. And I am at the bottom of the chat here, so if you do got questions, I think we've been hammering them out tonight. I am at the bottom. And we've got like 9 minutes left. Well, yeah, I appreciate all you guys hanging out and chatting, and glad that we can have this forum and actually hang out with you guys to talk like this. But I guess no questions. I'll have to just ramble on until you guys ask me stuff. It says, what's your favorite color? Neo says Ball Pythons 9. Do you have a favorite color, Neo? Do you have a favorite type of shrimp too? That's a good question.
I have to admit, your blue dreams are really nice.
Thanks. Those blue dreams are nice.
We'll go with that for right now.
My favorite color, Neo. I could never pick a favorite. Those blue dreams are nice. Has Nathan had to deal with ick?
I did have to deal with it once, though. That was quite a while ago, so.
And how did you deal with that ick?
I'm pretty sure I just found some medication at the local fish store and just used that at the time. But that was a long time ago. That was probably 20 years ago.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
So things have changed a lot since then.
My favorite way to deal with ick, though, if you ever do run across it, is just use temperature. Anything up above 86 degrees, just keep the tank for 86 degrees.
Yeah.
And then ick has a life cycle of 28 days. So if you had that tank at 86 degrees for 28 days or 30 days, just to be safe.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom. You didn't have to kill all your beneficial bacteria.
Exactly. That's what I didn't like about that, is it just killed the tank. I mean, didn't kill the tank. I mean, all the fish survived, but all the other stuff disappeared. All the bacteria and stuff.
Chris says, Lucas, the Rosa Maiden crypt I got grew a new leaf already, super quick. Loving the willow moss too, and that sticker art is amazing. Well, thank you so much for the support and order. And yeah, those crypts were ready to run and bust into another tank. A lot of these plants, they've been cramped up in these tanks with other plants. Give them some space. Which, you know, the crypts, they do take some time. Possible collaborations between the two of you in the future?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll be mentioning them all the time. Just help build them up and stuff. And because even though I made that video introducing him, YouTube only really pushes it for like that day. And like it may trickle some views throughout like here and now, but it doesn't like really hit like a new video. Tyler Brown says, do you feed your shrimp Repashy? So I don't. I remember when Repashy first came around and I actually used to test do their stuff. They've come a long way. Will Nathan do live streams?
Yeah, probably. It'll probably be a few months while I get settled, but we'll do some.
We can talk him into it, right? Guys, just help talk him into it. He'll do them.
And there was a question about the last day you're to order from you. I believe that's
Oh,
Tuesday.
the last day,
at 5 is the cutoff.
Yeah, so Tuesday at 5. Try not to wait till 5
Yeah.
on Tuesday, but...
And don't worry, Lucas will be back. He's just taking a hiatus. He's not going away forever.
Right, I will be back. I'll be back. Dad, or the Digitech man. Okay. Says, I got the black layer and my dirted tank sand cap. Any ideas? Just probably the way it layered out. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. Dirt separates. I don't know if you're trying to separate it back over or something. Or it could just be mulm, or mulm's usually brown, not black. It can look kind of blackish though, which is just old microorganisms and living stuff, because it's kind of in here. Which, if this is what you're talking about, oh man, it feels good to get out of that chair. Actually tweaked my back the other day. Cleaned stuff up. But if it's something like that, you ain't gotta worry about that. That's just like mulm, which if you want to, when you do a water change, I don't know how you do your water changes. Most people siphon. So if you got a siphon, you just kind of waft that up and siphon it up and out. And then that'll kind of clean that off. Or if you don't even want to bother, you can get a filter and a Cory Cat. Cory Cat will kick all that up, and then the filter will take it all out. That's easy peasy too. Let Mother Nature do the work. Alright, let's flip you guys back around. Oh man, that was nice getting out of this chair. It's just that pinch right in the bottom spine. Let's see. TM class says, are you taking a bunch of your plants with you, or just starting fresh? So I will be taking quite a bit of my plants with me. Like, he's definitely going to have most of them, but I'll be taking most all my types. Just because I'm a plant collector. That's actually what got me into this hobby more than anything, was a collection of plants. I was just telling him earlier, I was really well known in the forums of planettank.net, Aquatic Plant Central, Monsters Aquaria, selling plants and collecting plants and trading them around. So like plants, I love my plants. Alright, and when will Nathan be selling on his own? Once again, next Wednesday. So pretty much once I quit selling, he'll start selling.
Yep.
So you guys can keep on rolling. Manos Marine says, best tank size to breed Caradinia are multiple tanks to fill and improve on the line. What size backup tanks? I was playing on a 40G, 210G gallon, and 35 gallons. So 40 gallons good. Low boy's probably even better. 10 gallons are good for like trying to line up stuff and do things. Just because you can control it more. That's how I did all my Blue Dreams, was through multiple 10 gallons. And then the 5 gallons really aren't bad either. I think they're just might be too small for breeding though, in my opinion. I wouldn't probably do under it. Like, they could be good utilitarian tanks, but I wouldn't really go under a 10 for that. Can we see the tank in the thumbnail? You can. Before we pop off here. Plus, I'd like to feed the barbs before I go too. You guys know I like to do a little light feeding. But here's the tank. That was in the thumbnail. Real long tank. We're just kind of scared to fill it up all the way because the one that I had down here busted. So having this one bust up here with all this here, and I'm a little skittish. But this was the shot of the thumbnail. Lucipinus, Danios, rainbow fish. I think there's a platinum rice fish there. All right. And do you have any website, Nathan? Is Peace Aquatics going to be up next Wednesday? So it's actually Aquatic Peace, right?
Yep. Aquatic Piece, and I'll probably have it up probably Monday or Tuesday, and then have it stocked Wednesday.
Nice. And Joe asks, is green water better for growing plants? Green water is not better for growing plants, but it's not bad, really. It kind of depends on the plant. Yum, 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 yum. Late to the stream, so what's going on? Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to ask the chat that. Taylor Callie says, when will your first update of Fish Room on what channel? I don't know. First, I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, I was planning on doing one. And I know you said you weren't going to make videos for a little while, or were you planning on doing one?
I'll probably have a couple of short videos over the next couple of weeks. And then probably, hopefully within the next month, the first month, I'll do a full fish room tour.
Sweet. So that'll work. Plus, I mean, either way, if we both do one, you're going to get both our perspective out of it. So, all right. I hate to run, but I got to run. Our hour's over. We don't want to step on toes of other people live streaming here because I know Friday night is a busy night for us live streamers. But I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for the awesome support. Show Nathan all the love. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys stay awesome. Have a great weekend. Until next time, everybody, peace. Have a good one.
Thanks, everybody.